So I'm here with Kim from justguitars.com.au. Kim, can you tell me a little bit about what your website offers?
We try and have a very diverse range of guitars, acoustics, electrics, basses, and the one thing we really try and do is, as the company slogan says, rare, vintage and collectible guitars at prices you can actually afford. Guitars in Australia are very expensive, and we try to make them as least expensive as we possibly can and still make a little on each one without ripping people off.
And there's quite a diverse range, so you stock a broad range of different instruments, from vintage to some newer models. Can you talk to me about some of your selection criteria to make sure that people get really high quality instruments?
Brands, all of the big brands, Fender, Gibson, Rickenbacker and so on, but a lot of boutique builders, boutique basses, boutique guitars, and a lot of guitars from the golden age of American guitars. A lot of those guitars never made it to Australia back in the day. Brands like Kay, Harmony, Silvertone, Supertone, Supro, National, but Supro and Velco were part of the national organisation. Those brands were never ever marketed in Australia, and it wasn't until the advent of music television that people started seeing these exotic guitars and thinking, wow, that's really cool, where can I get me one of them? Yeah.
And I think something interesting that you do, I know that I'd be happy with anything I see behind me, but if I had a dream guitar, you can help me with that. Can you tell me how that works?
We provide the only free worldwide, well, even takeout free, the only worldwide custom order and search service in Australia. We have over 200 associate dealers around the world, mostly in the US, but Europe, the UK, Japan. If somebody's looking for a guitar and they can't find it anywhere else, they can get in touch with us, and it's very rare that we can't find the guitar that somebody's looking for. It might be more expensive than they initially thought, but we can usually find the guitar thereafter.
So I love the fact that if I want to try one of these really classic instruments, that you're willing to work with me to bring it to me if you're in Victoria and around Melbourne to check it out. But what if I'm in Darwin? Are you willing to ship it up to me?
Darwin, probably not. We do have people. I've got two regulars in Sydney that fly down once or twice a year to check out guitars. I have taken guitars to exotic locales. I've taken guitars to Brisbane, Sydney, Hobart, Adelaide, and collectors will often fly down. They'll get in touch first and say they would like to have a look at these 4, 5, 6 guitars. I'll have them ready in the workshop. They can sit out there, they can plug into the nice Vox amp, and the workshop is fully soundproof. I'm happy to leave them out there for 2, 3, 4 hours while they work their way through them, and if they don't buy anything, fine. They've had a nice afternoon, and if they do find something they like, well, we're all happy.
You talked about being able to access some really cool stuff like the Velco Airlines and some really cool American things. What about if I see something on your website and I'm in America? Can you get it back over to me?
Yeah, we ship anywhere in Australia and most overseas countries. We're starting to ship more and more guitars to the States because a lot of these obscure brands, the older brands, are becoming rare, not just in Australia, but they're becoming harder to find in the US. So it's not that uncommon anymore for somebody in America to actually spot one on our website and get in touch and say, can you ship that to America for me? But they don't need to ask. They can just go through the click and buy process on the website, and 4 days later it's in America.
It's great to see such a great range behind me of vintage musical instruments, guitars, all available on justguitars.com.au. Thanks so much for your time, Kim.
Thank you, Dan. Enjoy the show.